Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, fuck yeah, you can. This gets me right fucking amped to start a podcast. I had this made.
You?
Oh, fuck yeah. Trying to get lyrics added to it.
By who?
Maybe the same guy who made it. I don't know. I don't know. Whoever wants to do it. All right. Welcome back to another episode of On the Throne with Dick. Is that a dog you got in your lap?
Yeah, I just got a new puppy.
What's his name? Her name?
His name is Wheeler.
Wheeler. Man, I'm so easily distracted by this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ascension Boychuk for that incredible outro music, and find him everywhere on the socials. I don't even know if that's what the part I was at, but like, fuck it, we're having a good time already.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He won't come.
On this week's episode, you got another dog. Oh shit! What's this one saying?
Benny. He's a big wiener.
Benny.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We're on another watch list. There you go. We're on a Pete is watching now. Shit. I love that. And on this week's episode, we have special guest Kait. What's going on?
Not much. Just laundry before this.
Laundry. That's beautiful. Fuck. I've got 2 kids and a wife, and then me. I'm constantly I'm doing my laundry a lot, but like when I'm home, I'm helping out around the house. So I'm fully embraced in, the shit that goes on. And me, I love doing laundry. I love it, but it's never ending. So let me back that up. I love putting it in the washer and into the dryer. I hate folding it. Yeah. So it never gets folded. It just lands in the, Yeah. Well, it lands in a laundry basket, and then the laundry basket works its way from outside the laundry room door, up the stairs, outside of whoever's room it's got to go to. And then I think from there, it just kind of I need clothes, throw all the clothes everywhere, and then rinse, repeat, right? Because you never know what's clean and what's dirty after that, because they've all been thrown out of the laundry basket. And I come home and I'm like, well, if it's on the floor, it's got to be dirty, right? So
yeah, I'm pretty strict on that floor rule. So I have a chair where the medium dirty clothes go.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to start doing that. Fucking.
It happened
a laundry thing.
Fast, man.
Yeah. So fucking hotshot driver, eh?
Hotshot and pilot, yeah.
Hotshot and pilot. How long you been doing that for?
I guess coming on close to 5 years, I would say. I'm a journeyman Red Seal parts person by trade, and then got laid off at COVID and went to work for I guess now ex-buddy, but I was hooked. I'm never going back to the same 4 walls, stare at these same 4 walls all day when I get to see the shit that I see now. It's just unreal. I love my job.
Oh yeah, you get to see the countryside just driving around, right?
Nobody's bothering me. Yeah,
you get to be by yourself. You get to listen to podcasts, and you get to listen to music. Get to talk on the phone all day. Buy Oilers tickets.
Yeah, no.
Shit. No, that's funny, man. That's funny. Yeah, I like that about my job too.
It wasn't so funny. I was just
yeah. You deleted your social media accounts after that for a little bit, because I was right away. I was like, fuck, I gotta find this person, man.
Yeah, well, I wanted to hide some aspect of my life. People don't allow you really any privacy, but
yeah, hey, yeah, that's kind of nuts how that happens, right? You put yourself out there a little bit into the world, right? And people will find whatever they want to find out about you. They will. Yeah. They will hunt it down if they have
even to. They'll find out stuff that's not even true, and you're holy fuck, man, what do I do next? Crazy.
Shit.
Yeah.
So fucking what's how do you go from part? I guess you got it from a buddy, but like, you know, you're just like one day you're just like, you know what? I'm tired of handing out like this 32-inch fucking wrench. Fuck it, I'm gonna go move like fucking buildings
Well,
and
I
shit.
worked for Calfrac, so it was like all frac and coil stuff, and it was nice because it wasn't like a dealership. The customer wasn't always right. You could tell them to fuck off if you wanted
Fuck, I
to.
love that.
Have to
I
please them,
love
but
that.
I like way more what I do now. But I guess like you have a trade, it doesn't go away. You can't be like,
Yeah.
you didn't do this, gone.
Yeah, 100%. Me, like I run equipment. So in the summer, I work on a road crew. We travel everywhere and
Oh, no, I
whatnot. I've
didn't
been
even know
doing
that.
this. Yeah, I've been doing it for 10 years now. I started off in the patch. I work in the patch most of the year. But so when it starts warming up, to keep my eggs not all in one basket, or not to put all my eggs in one basket, when shit slows down. And that's how it started. In 2014, when shit slowed down, I needed a job. I got laid off. I'm like, fuck, I need a job. So I found this. And so I jumped into this, and I started off raking behind the equipment, just laboring, right, for like fucking $20 an hour, right? And I was like, well, shit, I liked the job, right? But then I went back to the patch in the winter, and it slowed down where I was again, and I was like, just in time for road crew. Well, I guess I'm coming back, right? And then it was like, well, fuck it, every spring I'm gonna come back for the summer to the road crew. Why not? And then it was hard to find a job that was cool, allowing me to leave,
Yeah.
for just the summer. And then I got a job on a vac truck, and they were like, hey, yeah, you go do you for the summer. We got lots of guys here. You come back when you're ready. Boom. So in the winter, I work on a vac truck. We chase rigs around, and we up in the Fox Creek area and whatnot. And so we just chase rigs and clean rig tanks and fucking pipeline stuff and whatnot. And they're like, hey, go away, have your summer, come back. And
That's nice. So
fucking,
you're
it's been that way.
road crew?
No, I'm away more on the road than I am in the winter when I'm in the patch.
Really?
It's like 4 months, and you're just like gone all the time. And so it starts, mid to late May. So my daughter's in school until the end of June, and then at the end of June, my daughter's off school. My family, they come out and they drive to me wherever I am, and they bring me food, and they come and hang out for a weekend or however long they want, and then they go home, and then I come home for a few days, and rinse repeat, right? And it's pretty good. My wife, so I get to keep my LOA and whatnot. My wife, she makes me food, she meal preps for me and stuff like that, and I start running out, brings me more. It's good. It works out real well. So yeah,
I should get a wife.
yeah. Oh fuck, fuck, I don't know what I'd do without her. That's for damn sure.
It's actually like honestly crazy what the women do at home.
Oh fuck yeah, and like right? You've been that supportive spouse, right? So yeah, it's fascinating, man. I say it all the time. The women of this industry are the backbone. So we are nothing without the support system, right? The oil patch life is fucking wild, and without that support system at home, it doesn't work. So yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So fucking what? Okay, fuck it. Let's just dive in, okay? Because like, fuck it. I was gonna like work my way up that way, but like,
then
what was it? May?
No, it was.
Were they in the playoffs yet? They were in the playoffs, right?
It was the Western Conference Finals game.
The Western Conference Finals game.
Like I feel like my whole life's a blur now. I can't even remember if it was May or June. I'm sure it was the beginning of June, or was it May? It was May. I don't know.
Fuck, it was sometime in the playoffs. Sometime in the fucking playoffs. The Oilers are in the playoffs, and Kait over here, you're just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to buy a ticket to tonight's game. Or how did that work?
Oh, I didn't buy a ticket. I had to unload in Edson at 3, and I couldn't load until 8 the following morning in Edmonton. And my boss bought me tickets. He's like, oh, like, you have to go to the atmosphere. And I'm like, no, like, what am I going to do? Just bring my dog? Like, I ended up bringing a friend. But, yeah, no, I didn't even buy the tickets myself. And It was crazy.
That's
That was probably
wild.
like the first game I went to in like 8 years too, because I just like never make time to do things, and then yeah, boom.
Like spur of the moment thing. Like, hey, you got to go to the game tonight. Here's
Not the,
tickets.
no, he bought me the tickets like the night before because I knew that I had
Okay.
to unload or whatever, and yeah, I went and
Still spur of the moment. Like that's
yeah,
still
it was.
like, you know, boom, I'm
Yeah,
going to a game tonight, right? Or tomorrow night. And
no,
fucking you go to the game and like fucking it's wild. Everything happens for a reason, eh? Like everything. I'm a firm believer in like, you know, like
sometimes the reason is you're a fucking piss tank, but yeah,
whatever.
everything does
Fuck it.
happen for a reason for sure, but sometimes the reason's just yeah, a reason.
Yeah, fuck no, that's sick. And like were they good seats? I didn't even see where you were
Oh
sitting.
yeah, they were really good seats. And
Fuck,
like
I want
everybody sitting around us was like amazing. Like the people sitting next to us were actually like Vancouver fans, but their team was gone, so they flew down here because they love hockey. And then there was like a dad and an 18-year-old daughter behind us, like just having the time of their life. Like everybody was having a good time.
that's good. And then like fucking you elevated that. You're just like,
Yeah,
hey, we're all having a good time. It can be better, you know? Like
barely remember even doing it. It was bad.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Who took the
yeah,
video? Do you know who took the video?
no.
Man, shout out to that guy or girl.
Well, now, yeah, but like originally, I was like, so maybe have a hitman, like in an IP address, because yeah, it was a rough couple weeks, like after, and then I was just like, whatever, this is not going anywhere. It's time to embrace it. Everybody that hates me already hates me, and if you hate me because of that, then so be it.
Fuck, man, there's people online doing way worse shit. You know, like it's fuck.
I
That's not even that bad. It's like
Somebody
who
told me
cares?
the other day, they're like, if you're on the internet and like a public status and you don't get told to kill yourself once a week, you're doing it wrong. And I'm like,
100%,
just get
100%,
it right.
100%. Like
Yeah,
look at right around that same time as you was the Hawktua girl, right? And you
yeah.
guys are just like both fucking like she's throwing first pitches at fucking baseball games, but like you know like. I feel like if you were in the States, you know, shit would go, you know,
No,
crazy for you
I'm
too.
not trying either. Like everyone's like, oh,
Yeah.
Hawktua is like blowing you out of the water. I'm like, well, she also quit her job and wants to do this.
Yeah.
This just happened to me. Like I was never like a social media public appearance person prior to this, so it's been like a huge adjustment. Like I used to be pretty good at texting people back, and now I'm sure you can confirm that I'm like, hey, text you back 20 fucking days later. I'm like, oh hey, dick.
I
Yeah.
have 50, I have 51 there right now, and that's like I just opened up a bunch today, right?
Oh, I
There's
open
probably like
them and like ignore people,
yeah.
so I know I'm ignoring them. Like I can't even
Oh
see the
yeah.
red thing. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to that later, and it's just like
Oh yeah.
hard. Like
Oh dude, it is. It is. I turn up all the notifications for everything off. I can't keep them on.
like I was like stalking the comments and stuff on my thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
I can't read these anymore. Like it's bad. It's draining. Like there's
Yeah,
good
it really
for
is.
sure, but it's like you take the time out of your day to come write this nasty ass comment on my thing. Like there's this one like little troll girl. Her profile says she's from Fort Mac. And she like comments on all my shit. She's like, "You're a disgusting slut whore." Blah blah blah. I click on her thing, click on her link in her bio, go to her OnlyFans. She's got two black dudes banging her in the ass and like this dildo down her throat. I'm like, and I'm the whore. Like,
What?
having tits, girl. Like,
So what that is right there, that's jealousy, right?
yeah, she
'Cause,
has
like you got all the intelligence, you got all the attention, and like you've gotten something out of it. Like you're a I don't know, like is it a Playboy model or is it like a one and done thing? Like you
no,
you
so they have like a
post
platform. So you have like your own page. That's where the money comes from. People subscribe to your page. Like it's like a Facebook page essentially, but through Playboy.
hell yeah. No, good for you. Like, you know what? I've talked to a lot of, you know, OF people, like OnlyFans models on here now. I'm friends with one of them, Emma Stone, right? Like, she was on the podcast like a year and a
Is she
half
the
ago.
chick that was dancing at UFA?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, she's so
Yeah,
fucking
that's
cool. I
her.
like her. Yeah.
I love Emma, man. Emma's a oil field medic, right?
Yeah.
And she started that because well, she talked about it on the podcast, so fuck it. She started that because her and her husband, they were splitting up or whatever, and they had to live together because life's too expensive. So she started that to get out so she can get her own place, right?
Yeah.
And fucking look at her now, right? Like, good for her. She's crushing. I think she lives in BC now. I haven't really talked to her much lately, but
is she still medicating, or is she just full-time?
I think she's still doing the medic thing. She jumps back and forth, but good for her, like we talked about this, and in the coming years, right? It's gonna be normal. People aren't gonna trash it as much being on OnlyFans, right? Because life is expensive. You need to make some money, and this doesn't have to be trashy, right? It doesn't have to be trashy.
No,
and
I think
she said it herself.
Girls on OnlyFans that charge you to watch them cook macaroni, and people are paying for it.
I'm gonna play with my noodle for money too, right? Yeah, and she said consent is sexy, right? I get to choose who I work with. I get to choose what I do on there. I don't have to do this and I don't have to do that. Mm-hmm. Consent it's all about consent, and consent is sexy. And I thought that was fucking so cool, good for her. It's not going to be so taboo in the future. It's going to be it's already becoming kind of like finding your soulmate or your spouse on Tinder or Plenty of Fish. Remember back in the day how weird that was? Oh, how'd you guys meet? Oh, we met on Plenty of Fish. Oh, gross. And now it's that's the new norm, right? How'd you guys meet? Oh, we went on a Tinder date, right? And it's fine, right? And what's the new thing? People are using TikTok as a dating app now, right? How many people are meeting off TikTok and shit like that. And it's actually opening up new avenues for people. Hey, I'm not finding anyone at the local bar. I'm not finding anyone on my street. I'm not finding anyone at the mall. Fuck it. I'm going to go to TikTok, and maybe that's where Mr. Perfect is or Mrs. Perfect is, it's a wild ride, man. The internet's opened up so much shit.
The internet is wild.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, you were, yeah. I was going to ask you too, what's it like, so for me, we're two different kind of, creators. You're a content creator now. That's what you are, right? Yeah. But we're two different kind of creators. Me, I started off and I don't know how to word this without sound like a dick a little bit. I have to grind for it every day, right? Every day I got to grind for it. Mm-hmm. And mine was a slow grow at first, hey, I got to put content, be in your face every day, right? But you and this isn't a bad thing. I'm just asking, right? What's it like? You just, even it happened by accident, but happy accident, shirt goes up, woo, right? And then fucking, fucking famous overnight. And no matter what you do, what you touch, people are watching it and looking at it, right? So,
yeah.
You didn't have time. You didn't have time to
I didn't have time to adjust to it. It was never what I wanted, and I tried to hide from it, and it's just they wouldn't let it. And so many people were like, you can make so much money from this, and I'm like, I don't want to. I just want it to go away. And then I was like, it's not going anywhere. It was not. In the printed copy of the New York Times, the printed copy. I'm like, how the fuck, man?
Yeah, no, it's fucking. The internet does it. The internet's forever, right? That's not going anywhere. Whether you want it to hide from it or not, you couldn't. You're not going to be able to. It's there. It's out there, and you either run from it or you embrace it, right? And a lot of people have their own opinions and are going to say whatever they want to say, but fucking why not embrace it, right? Life is hard. Life is expensive. If you can capitalize off this, if you can make money off of it, you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely made more money than I ever imagined was going to come from something like this. And there's all those fake articles on the internet. It's oh, she's returned to the oil patch because her account flopped and shit. And it's you don't have a fucking clue, man. You can say whatever you want, but I went to work because I like my job. I would like to continue to do my job. I like the people I work with. I'm trying to be a little bit normal. You don't know what's going on in my life. Nothing fucking flopped. You're gonna flop.
Yeah. So personal question, and you don't have to answer. You tell me to get fucked. But have you made enough to retire?
Game 6.
Shut up! Really?
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. No,
Yeah.
how? Okay, it would take you what, a couple of years to make that, right?
Well, yeah, and I'd be spending it as I was making it, paying rent and shit, right? Like, I went and started like a numbered company and shit because I'm gonna need something to like channel this money into, so fucking Trudeau doesn't bend me over, like, which is gonna happen anyway. But
well, and then when Trudeau bends you over, you could also make money off of that. Put that video on the internet, you know, the bestseller, you know, like fucking. Not your type or what?
No, man. What was the first clue? Living here? Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Shit, man, that's hilarious. I got so many stickers. I don't know if you've ever eaten at Leopold's Tavern in fucking Edmonton.
No.
But holy shit. I went there the other day and like I have my own sticker line and I had just inflation stickers of him in the turban. Yeah. And fucking I put that on the wall. I just planted it there, right? And like it's a very like place where you could do that, but on the wall there was a lot of "this is a safe space" and like rainbow stickers and shit. And I'm like, just inflation, turban.
Yeah, love it. I'm here for it.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck, I love that. Fucking, oh my God. Are you going to buy it? What are you going to do with all your newfound riches, right? Like, and obviously that number's only going to continue to grow.
Yeah, it is going to continue to grow. And I like honestly have not been putting the effort into it that they think that I should be putting into it. And like, yeah, I'm making a lot of money. Like the other day I was like, oh fuck, my stupid Playboy page only made like $4. And the one owner operator at work, he's like, shut the fuck up. Like that nothing. He's like, you went to work today and made the money that you made at work and your tits made that fucking money on the internet. Like,
yeah. It was that for one day?
Yeah. So like my best day was like, and that's USD. But
good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the coolest thing you
bought? So I just bought a 1994 motorhome the other day because I've like always wanted to redo one, and I'm like, fuck it.
How much do you pay for a 94 motorhome, right? Like,
so the guy talked a little too much when I went to look at it, and it was like pretty obvious that he like was gonna need the cash. He's moving to Vancouver Island from Grand Prairie. I'm like, there's no way you're gonna make it, but $6,800.
It's not bad at all.
4 or 6 brand new tires, a brand new 2,000-watt generator, like solar power, everything. Like it's already pretty rigged up. The people who owned it drove it from Ontario to Alberta to live here, and then he bought it. And yeah, it's pretty sick. It doesn't have a name yet, so I should like name it soon.
You should name it. What are you gonna? Okay, I'm putting you on the spot. What are you naming this thing? If you have to name it right now,
I can't.
Your head. There's a gun to your head. You got to name it something.
I was like moho. I was like, how?
Call it in a flash or the flash.
The flash, yeah, flash, just flash.
Just flash. Come on, that's sick, right? Like just flash.
Yeah, like
or white lightning.
For the back windows.
Is it white?
It's white-ish. It's off-white.
White lightning.
White lightning. I don't think it's very fast.
Not yet.
Drove it from like where I bought it to our yard and parked it there, and then did nothing.
Did you get kicked out of that Oilers game?
No.
Fuck, they even let you stay to watch the rest of the game. What you need to do.
It was when they won the game, so it was over, but.
Oh, okay. So what you need to do is reinvest in some of that money.
What?
Is that? Oh, is that?
Some of the money?
Reinvest in some of that money and buy season tickets and just like show up at every game and be like, fucking right. Guess who's in the building, right? And like, man, I bet you could bring in some attendance, you know, like bring up that attendance, you know, McDavid and Draisaitl.
They'll probably get kicked out now if I was to flash again. I think like when I went to the next game, like game 6 before the whatever, I was like, am I even allowed here? Like, did anybody check? Nobody checked. Nobody kicked me out.
Did you get recognized?
Yeah, there was definitely some recognition happening, and I was just like,
fuck yeah.
I was like stressed.
So idea for like, okay, this is the content creator in me coming out, right? Like,
Yeah.
idea for like a photo shoot for like Playboy, right? Like they want you to post some more photos.
Yeah, I need to be like posting some more like of my life and stuff. Like I'm not good at social media and like yeah, I'll get drunk and post like 67 Snapchats in one night and then like fucking go ghost for a month. But I don't have Snapchat that like the public can view. That's just like the people who know how fucked I am get to enjoy that. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So
like I'm more of like a public like appearance, I guess. Like
yeah, yeah, you know what, that day-to-day life shit, it sells. It sells, right? Like you got to
yeah,
do that. My wife keeps telling me I got to do more of that kind of content, and like I blank. I don't know
I
anything about
forget.
it.
Yeah, like if I
Yeah.
don't have to do it for a reason, I'm like, oh, so check out this sick sunset or like this beautiful truck picture or like my dog fucking being cute. But I'm like, I have to post. I'm like, nobody tells me what to do. I'm not posting.
So what you need to do is you need to see if you can maybe offer like the Oilers sports group, whoever the fucking owns it, the Cats family. You need to like, hey, I need to pay out some money, right? Just a little bit, enough
Mm,
to make it worth it for them. And then you need to go do like a photo shoot at center ice with your Oilers jersey. You know that picture you have you on the bed on your knees and like you're like,
yeah.
like you need to do that at center ice of the Oilers game, right? You need to, maybe
Let me.
you should. The answer is always no if you don't ask, right?
You miss
Like
99% of the shots you don't take.
Wayne Gretzky. Yeah, exactly. Right. And I think you have like an incredible, opportunity there, right? Like you gotta ask. You gotta
Yeah.
ask, you gotta put the word out, right? And I think it's, don't show like full boob on the ice, but definitely lift it up and whatnot. Like
There.
man, you would make, I bet you Playboy would love that.
Mucho bueno.
I think that would be like incredible, right? And there's so many more opportunities. Maybe you go to
Yeah.
a fucking Grand Prairie Storm game next,
Oh
right?
my God.
Maybe not, but like, you
Kind of
know,
for kids, I think.
yeah, yeah, maybe not. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that's no, that's great. No, that's a whirlwind of a ride, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
it's been
insane.
absolutely insane. Like this is never the way I saw my life going. I thought I was just gonna get up and work every day, 18 hours a day, and struggle my way through life and die someday soon. And
Fuck,
now
that could still happen.
good, right? Like, I mean, fingers crossed. It's like peacefully in sleep.
So, like, do you have plans on moving out of GP? Like, like move somewhere warmer,
No,
Like,
I don't think so. Like, I love Idaho. Have you ever been?
I've been to Idaho. Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
to
like, I
Idaho.
moved to Idaho in a heartbeat, but like everything's here. My family's here. My friends are here. Like, I like GP. People shit on it, but anywhere is what you make of it. Like, I could go to fucking like the best place in the world. And I did. I went to fucking like LA to fucking Hollywood and I was like, get me out of here. Like, just I hated it. Like, hated it. And like some
That was
people,
recently.
well, like right after I signed with Playboy, I went down there for I want to say whenever the fucking WestJet strike was, I got trapped there
Yeah.
on the verge of a mental breakdown. I was like, I just want to go to Alberta. Like, please just let me out of Hollywood. And like,
Fuck.
yeah, I don't know. They don't eat there.
I
Like, I was
I love
hangry.
GP. Yeah, I love GP. Like I like going there, and I like going to the places a lot. I love Fox Creek. Right? I've worked in Fox Creek for 7 years. Fox Creek, man. A lot of people have a lot to say about Fox, but that is my second home. That's my home away from home, right?
Yeah.
And I love Fox. Once you get to know the town and the people that live there, man, it's like GP. GP's fucking. I like staying at the tropical, not the tropical, the Paradise. The Paradise Inn is one of my favorite hotels. And back in the day, I got my oil field start in GP actually, fucking all those years ago, right? And stayed at the Igloo for a bit, stayed at the Motel 6.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I stayed at the Westport Inn or the West Key Inn there, the one that was attached to
On the west
Showgirls at the
side?
time. Yeah, it was attached to Showgirls there. I stayed there. One of the only hotels I've ever been to that charge you that charge by the hour if you want.
Yeah.
And anything you want's out in the parking lot, like anything, right? Anything. Ask me how much things are in the parking lot there. I don't partake, but I've heard stories, right? So like,
Sure.
no, fuck no, I can't do any of that shit. No, thank you. I'm fucking scared of catching something. Plus, I've got a wife, like I don't want to fucking. First and foremost, I have a wife. Secondly, I don't want to catch a disease that I can't take back, right? So,
For sure.
yeah,
Probably could
yeah.
get that from the parking lot at the Igloo Inn. So
So,
something.
LA. I got caught in LA traffic when I was there.
LA traffic, man, made me want to off myself. And I was not driving while I was there.
Yeah.
I don't passenger well on like a good day, like on a fucking gravel road in Alberta where there's nobody else around. But when we're like driving in LA and the Uber and it's just like on the brakes, on the gas, on the brakes. And I'm just like, I get real fucking car sick. Like I want to say I was car sick for 5 days straight. Like
shit, I'm from Toronto and I love that shit, right? I learned how to drive in that kind of traffic and fucking I learned how to drive in on the 401, right? Like that's where my dad's like, I don't want to drive right now. I need to 10 people get in. I'm like, shit, all right. Fucking I hope we don't die, right? And then I went to LA. My wife and I, we went to TGI Fridays, and lady's like, "Oh, staying?" And we're staying in San Diego, I think it was. She's like, San Diego. She's like, "You better leave now before the traffic backs up." And I'm like, "Nah, that's on my bucket list. I want to get caught in LA traffic." Right? It took me 3.5 hours to get back.
Fuck, man, I hated it. Like hated it.
Loved it. Every minute of it. I was like, fuck yeah. And I'm in like a little, like it was.
I thought I was going to die the first, like, I want to say 4 hours we were in LA. We were like doing a photo shoot in the street. And then there was like these two guys in a car and people we were doing a photo shoot with. She was like, "Oh, do you know the Oilers?" Because he was like kind of like catcalling us. And he was like freaked out because he had no idea who the Oilers were. And he was going to like smash the camera and shit. And we're like in a back alley in LA. I'm like, sick, man. Like all this time I spent alone in the bush by myself. I could have been mauled by a fucking cougar or something. I'm gonna get killed in 4 hours in LA. Fucking deadly.
I got robbed by a black Spider-Man in LA.
Did you?
On Hollywood Boulevard? Yeah. Well, like, so he comes up. It was less of a robbing and more of like he took my lunch money, right? Like, so I'm by the Dolby Theater and he comes up. He's like, "Hey man," I was wearing a Toronto Maple Leaf hat, maybe even been wearing my jersey, and I'm like, he's like, "Hey man, the Maple Leafs, the Maple Leafs, yeah. My brother's from Toronto. Buy his CD." And I'm like, "Oh shit." He's like, "It's $10." And I'm like, "I only got a 20." He's like, "That's cool. I got one too." He's like, $10 each. So I'm like, okay. And I gave him 20 and oh yeah, no, it didn't even work. Right. I got
it didn't work. Like a burnt CD or what? Or there was nothing.
Yeah, else? It was like a burnt CD with nothing on it. Yeah.
Love it.
Oh yeah, it was great. Fucking oh man, LA, what a spot! Like just that whole area.
Like a whole pile of it. I was like photo shoots the whole time I was there, and I went to like the Playboy Mansion while I was there, and it was like actually under renovations while I was there, so I didn't get like the whole experience. I got to go back down now that everything's like complete, but they have like a bunch of stuff in there now because they're not in the mansion anymore. The mansion's sold, like some family that lives in it now, or they're renovating it or whatever. They have some of the stuff from the mansion in there, and it's like on the top floor of a building. Overlooks the graveyard on one side and ocean on one side.
Fucking Hugh dies and the whole thing goes to shit.
Yeah, like they sold the plane and everything. I think they're in works of like making it better again. I think it got bad when he was ill or on the way out, and now they have like a whole new team in there and they're making it
badass
again. Yeah, like everybody's got this bad rap on it. Like I don't know. I still haven't watched the movie that everyone's been telling me to watch, but
there's a movie?
There's like some bad movie about Playboy, but I haven't watched it because like I can't watch TV. That movie Strays, I've literally been watching that since January, and I think it's like an hour and 37 minutes long, and I still haven't fucking made it through it.
Oh shit. So
like, sleeping.
What is the craziest thing that's been offered to you, like in through this whole thing, because like I've had some crazy offers, but like I'm a dude, right? Like I know you hear a lot about like, you know, influencers, like female influencers getting offered these crazy
I
deals to like, you know, go to the Middle
I'll
East
show
and
you this. Like,
all right.
so many fucking people send their dick to my Instagram. Like, it's gonna fucking
Same.
thing. This guy sends this the other day, and I'm like, I would never in a million fucking years. Wait, I don't know. Like, is that
What
not
the fuck is that?
And
Is
then
that
the
like a
guy,
fucking
I open it and I'm like mortified. I'm screenshotting it, sending it to everyone I know so they could also fucking be traumatized with me. Then he writes, "You like baby?" I'm like, no, man. Like, I would fucking want to stab my eyes out right now. Like, if my dick looked like that, I would probably fucking kill myself. Like
that thing looks like
a fucking nightmare. Like, that's the thing under the bed that grabs your leg and kills you. Like, I was like,
that
no, I
looks
don't
like
fucking like.
that thing looks like
this 8 times a day, and I've never replied to any of them. Like, hey,
it
let
looks
me
like
know we're having the best day. Like,
it looks like a geriatric turkey. Is
like
what it looks
he
like.
sent another.
Like, look at that thing again.
He
Like
sent
look at
this
that thing again. It looks like a
also, and I'm
geriatric.
like, that's not even the same dick or the same room, man.
Oh my god, what is that thing? What was that? That was like oddly shaped. Like, is that like a hexagon?
3 testicles. Like, see, there's like 1, 2, like there's 3 of them.
Oh fuck!
Like, you have no idea how many people I sent that dick to because I was like, what is happening? Like, this has to be some sort of joke. Like,
I get lots of dick pics sent to me on Instagram and on Snapchat, but
usually they ask me to rate them.
It's to rate them.
Rate them. Like, everyone wants their dick rated. They like send it like, oh, what is your rating on this? Like,
no, I've never been asked to rate another man's penis before, but I, you know, the gay dudes, they love the mustache for some reason, right? They love that shit. And I did get offered last winter. Some gay guy on Instagram offered me $100 if I made him a video for his private collection, right? And he's like, I love blue collar men, you know, I love it. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I like that stash. And for $100, he wanted me to moan his name and he wanted me to fucking jerk off in a porta potty, which, hey, I've done that shit for free before. I'm playing with it already for free. I might as well make some money, right? But I said, maybe not $100. You throw another, you know, zero in there and I'm in, right? Buddy's like, that's kind of expensive, but all right. Fucking buddy sends me $1,000 with a $400 tip.
Porta potty?
With a $400 tip. Yeah. Yeah. Well, shit. I mean,
I had somebody ask a video of me putting out a cigarette wearing moccasins, and the video had to be from the knees down or they wouldn't pay for it. And I'm like, yeah, why the fuck wouldn't I do that? Like,
fucking
like, what are you getting from that, first of all? But like, I'm like, they probably just used it in like a movie or something. I'll be like, hey, those are my feet.
So get this, a year and a half ago, buddy lives out near GP, offered me $2,000 to shave my mustache. I'm like, yeah, right. So I shaved my stash off. I felt naked without it. People didn't recognize me. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And then, but $2,000 is $2,000. That mustache will be back in a week. What the fuck do I care? And right now, my beard is small because Buddy paid me $500 to shave my beard off live on TikTok. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I'll take a car payment to fucking shave my mustache, my beard. Look at it. It's been like 4 days. It's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Yeah, but like,
okay.
what do you get from that? I don't understand. Like, how do you have that much money to burn that you like want this guy to shave his mustache so bad? Like that. That's what I don't understand about the money I get for things either. And I'm like, it's really strange. But like, I guess I've never had fucking $2,000 to ask someone to shave their mustache before. I guess.
Well, now you do. Now you do. Hey, I'll shave my mustache.
Once a week, I'll ask you to shave your mustache for me.
Fuck yeah, I'll do it. You pay the money, I'm in. Like, yeah, hey, say less.
I pay Dick $2,000 to shave his mustache. That's what I'm saying. People blow money on fucking nothing, and it's like
I've shaved it off for
smoking crack.
I've shaved it off for charity once. 2 years ago on TikTok. there was this little boy named Zach, and he was 3, and he had cancer. We all hoped it would get better, but there was a group of people who would get together and they would hold like charities for him and his family and whatnot. And I was part of it. I was proud to be part of it. I said if we raised $1,500 on my end, I'd shave the stash. And so we raised $1,500, and $1,500 went to them, and the stash came off. A lot of the women were taking their hair off, like long, beautiful hair, right? Just shaving it for money for this kid.
Yeah.
Zach died. I think it was September, end of October, end of August, beginning of September. He passed away at 3 years old, and this was two years ago, just about now. And it was heartbreaking, and I had shirts that I have my logo, Big Dick Energy, and we were making them. It had his face on it, Big Zach Energy, and we were raising money with the shirt too.
I remember that.
Yeah, man, it was a wild time. It was a good time. We had a lot of fun doing it, but I shaved it. I shaved it for a good cause, and I felt good about it. And then, people were like, well, how about this much? Just for you. How about this much just for you? And I'm like, hey, you're going to pay me $2,000 to shave my mustache. Let's go, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. You want to pay $2,000 for booby pics you could see on the internet for free? Fuck.
I'm snappy chatting you.
Oh, do you have me on Snapchat?
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm on Snap.
I'll add you, and then I'll Snapchat.
I think it's like Frosty D 2089 or something like that.
Frosty D.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look at this. Let's see what this is here. It is Frosty D 2089.
Frosty.
What's your Snap score?
What was it? Frosty D
2089.
2089. Were you born in 89?
Yeah. I was born in 89, but I didn't make that up. So,
what is my Snap score?
Yeah.
Like low. For having Snapchat for as many years, 127,000.
127,000. Okay, so yeah. I joined Snapchat probably like, I don't know, 12 years ago ish. I don't know. Does it tell you on there when you joined?
I don't know.
So I joined whenever fucking back in the day, but it was under my real name, and I changed it. I changed it last year. Whatever. My Snap score was like 1,200, right? And until recently, I was like very, very low, and I was like, fuck it. In the last like 6 months, I've fucking my Snap score is almost 61,000 now, and most of that, I'm gonna say 40,000 of that came in the last probably 2 months.
Oh, really?
I'm going ham. I'm going ham on it.
You have like one of those Snapchats where like people can follow you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do that?
I don't know. You got to add to a public profile or some shit like that. Yeah. It's a public profile now, and people can follow. And I have the Snap Map on, but when I'm at home, I turn it off because that's gotten kind of creepy in the past. So like, it's fucking wild.
Like, that's what I'm like most afraid of, because that's what I would like always post when I was like not being watched by everybody. Like, oh, fucking driving Fox Creek, the Fox Creek sign and shit. And I'm like, I don't know what I can like post now, because I feel like I was like illegal before-ish. Like, this is me with no seatbelt on.
How old are you?
35.
Oh shit, we're the same age. When's your birthday?
August 7th.
Oh, you just turned 35.
I just turned 35, yeah.
Well, happy belated birthday to you.
Oh, thank you.
Mine's in February, so like in 6 months here.
My birthday from social media, so no one could be like, "Happy birthday!"
Yeah, I'll delete that out.
Oh no, it's fine. You can put it in there. Just like that day, I was like, I'm a fucking birthday hater. I'm not a birthday hater. I'm just not like one of those girls who's like birthday month and like ties flamingo fucking balloons to their titty for a whole month and fucking like cries when people don't celebrate them. And I'm just like, it's just another day, really. Like, I feel like the last birthday I remember like really enjoying, I want to say I was like 9, and I really wanted this like laptop bag, and I didn't even have a fucking laptop, and like that's the last birthday I remember. like I remember them obviously, but that's the last one I remember like mattering, and I wanted this fucking laptop bag so bad for the laptop I didn't have. Like, I remember I got it, and I put no laptop in it.
So speaking of laptops, okay, do you know what viscosity is?
Like molasses, like how fast the molasses runs down the hill.
Sure, like the thickness of the drilling fluid on a rig, right? Like
Yeah.
you gotta add more viscosity or take away some viscosity for the
Hmm.
mud, right? Where I'm going with it is the podcast is sponsored by the Mudman, and the Mudman, he has made better equipment to take away all the guesswork in when you're measuring the thickness of the fluid, right? And the guy's incredible. The guy's incredible. And without the guy, without the Mudman, I have a mic and headset, and it's over there. I just don't know where the cord is to plug into my laptop right now. But I have a mic and headset, and that was step one of making the podcast better from where it came from way back, fucking it's like 70 episodes ago. And so he did that, and then recently we got to talking, and we're like, hey man, how can we make this show better? How can we help you get better? And I'm like, man, editing, like I can't do it on my current laptop. It's a piece of shit. It takes a long time to load up and do everything, and I can't record on it, whatnot. So I've been using my phone. Well, lo and behold, buddy purchases a brand new MacBook Pro, and he's like, "Here, hope this works out." And now I don't record on my phone. I don't. I'm here on the laptop, and the Mudman's the thank for that, And it's been incredible. It's been an incredible journey with this guy, and it's only getting better. So.
Mm-hmm.
Are we drinking a Truly? Is that what that is?
It's a neutral.
Neutral. Is that an energy drink or is that alcohol? I don't drink that shit. So.
I was trying to show you the beautiful sunset is what was happening.
Okay, let's see the beautiful sunset.
Is Fox Creek sunsetting yet?
Oh, I'm in Drayton Valley right now.
Oh.
Yeah. Look at that. That is beautiful. Good old GP.
Right?
So I recently, this summer, got hooked on Twisted Teas.
Oh man, I had a Twisted Tea phase. But like the hangover that comes with those things.
I'm in my Twisted Tea phase right now. And I'm not, it's only been 2 months. Damn. So like I don't really drink, right? I get fucked up off of half of a Twisted Tea, maybe into one, depending on the mood, right? And so I went from Twisted Teas, I evolved to Mike's Hard Lemonade. And right now I'm drinking Mike's Hard Blue Freezies and White Freezies. Holy shit.
Oh man, those like Rocket Pop ones?
Oh, but they're in a can. Yeah, they're like over there somewhere. And I am usually just a whatchamacallit, Crown Royal guy. And once in a while I'll drink a Crown Peach or whatever, but like once in a blue moon. Before that, I was a liqueur guy. I was an amaretto and Coke kind of guy. And it was like once or twice a year and we're done, right? I've had like a Mike's fucking Hard Lemonade or a Twisted Tea every day for like the last 2 weeks.
Really?
Even if it's just one or two.
It's because it's been hot out. It's like so nice to drink a cold drink when it's like,
yeah. So I'm staying at the West Winds right now in Drayton Valley. And Drayton Valley, this hotel, it looks run down from the outside. And on the inside, it's not too bad. Like outside that door right there is the pool, which has been closed for what looks like maybe 100,000 years. And that's okay, right? Like it's all right. It's a nice hotel. It's like $80 a night or some shit. But what you get with that, the hotel bar and restaurant, everything on the menu is free for dinner every night when you have a room, right?
What?
Yeah. Like tonight I had baked spaghetti. The other night I had an 8-ounce steak. It's
included in the $80 a night.
It's included in the $80 a night. The West Winds Motor Inn or Motel.
Like, was it hard to get in there?
No, like all the riggers in town stay here because they know the West Winds Motor Inn or a hotel, whatever it is the fucking place to be, right? Yeah. Anything on the menu. I had an 8-ounce steak the other night. I had top sirloin, AAA top sirloin the other night. I had spaghetti, the ginger beef. Oh my fuck! All the food here is good, and it's big, right? Like I'll show you. Like I had the spaghetti tonight. I ate half of it, and the rest is for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah, I love that one.
Right? Yeah. Oh fuck, man! My boss, when I heard we were coming out this way, I'm like, man, we got to go back to the hotel we were at last year.
Yeah.
And he calls me up and he's like, man, what hotel was that? And I told him, and I had this big smile on my face. And he's like, man, I'm gonna try to get us in there. I'm like, yeah, you are. The whole crew loves that place. Man.
Like at
We
the
get to eat.
VIP club in Vegas. Yeah, try and get us in, see if I can get us on the guest list. It's like, oh
Yeah, man, yeah. And then because I make silly videos on the internet, fucking last year, a guy that works for the county here, he brought me and the crew pizza from a pizza place in town, Goldie's Pizza. He brought us pizza, and I made a video and I shouted them out. And he said, "Hey, next time you're here in town, let me know. Dinner's on me." So of course I'm fucking free pizza. I'm coming for that.
Oh yeah,
right? I'm
food.
coming for it. So I messaged him the other day. Hey, I'm in Drayton, man. He's like, oh, cool. Come and get your meal. So I got there. We chatted. He fucking has owned the place for 40 years or whatever it is. And fucking great dude, you know. And we chatted up. And I told him I'd give him a shout out on the podcast next time I recorded one. And I have enough pizza left over for lunch for a couple of days, right? I'm probably not going to eat it all. It's fucking massive.
What was it called?
Goldie's Pizza.
Goldie's. I love finding out about places like that in little towns that people are like, oh, why the fuck are you going there? And I'm like, I'm going for work, but now I'm going for Goldie's Pizza, motherfucker.
Fuck yeah. Like when I go to GP, I go to GP for work. I stop at Tractor Jack's.
So good. Yeah.
Fucking so good. Right. And fucking what else is there to eat, man? I eat a lot of places. Whenever I go to a small town, like you just said, whenever I go to a small town, right? Like I'm there. I check out the pizza joints, right? I'm all about the pizza. I'm a Ninja Turtle in my past life, right? So
Come here, Wheeler. Come here. Need to go to the bathroom? I just gave him worm medicine, and it's it's bad.
Yeah. Has he got worms?
He had worms, so he came from a shady situation, and yeah, he had worms in him that would fucking ruin your life, man. The one was an inch thick and 8 inches long, and he threw it up, and he's 3.5 pounds. So,
oh fuck.
Yeah, it was. Man. It was fucking cried. It was
makes
that.
You wonder.
Instagram.
Oh, it makes you wonder what kind of worms you might possibly have in you. Right?
So after he had those worms, I freaked out and drove to Shoppers Drug Mart, the one that's open till midnight, and fucking got all the worm medicine they had and took 2 doses for a 200-pound person, and I'm 125 pounds. Then went to the fucking farm and got ivermectin and fucking drank that too because I was so convinced I had worms, even though only the dog had worms. There was
at least you don't have COVID.
No, and I honestly maybe I did have worms because after I took that worm medicine, I felt so good and healthy, and I'm maybe I did have a demon. I don't know.
Exercise that shit. That's
yeah,
funny.
Sage it. I don't fucking know. I'm not spiritual at all, and I just moved into a new place and I saged it when I moved in. I don't know. It seems like it worked. There's no fucking losers in here, at least. I don't know.
So I saw you went boating yesterday.
I did, yeah.
You said you were going boating, and then I saw pictures of the boat, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, do you go fishing off that boat? Or are you being
we didn't yesterday. Water skiing? Or... Went up the river and did a little drive-by.
Nice. Nothing that's pretty cool. Crazy. That's still better than what I did.
And honestly, it's gonna be fucking 40 below before we know it. So
it's gonna be. Have you noticed the color? Have you noticed the colors on the trees?
Yes. So I noticed that yesterday. In GP, the leaves are not changing yet, but I went boating up by Bonanza, by Bay Tree, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm all the leaves are changing already.
Yep, the leaves are changing. I can see my fucking breath in the morning now.
In the morning.
Oh yeah, and I'm wearing a sweater again. And the farmers are getting ready for harvest.
Yeah, there's this harvesting up here.
This has got to be one of the fastest summers I've ever had. I've ever experienced.
I feel that too, and it's because it's been a fucking whirlwind, and I feel I haven't had 2 moments to myself between working full time in the oil field, and now if I can try to maintain this, I'm just I don't know.
You can maintain this. You got this, right? Because I work over 100 hours a week.
It's getting better. I'm getting the handle on it. It's brand new. It's
100%. 100%. So I work 100 hours a week or more. I got the
Mhm.
podcast. I create content, and I'm a father and a husband, right? So like,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's a juggling act sometimes, right? Like sometimes, the podcast will conflict with, whatever my wife wants to do or my kids are doing. Sometimes
Mhm.
the content will conflict with work, and sometimes and more often than not, the podcast conflicts with content, right? But at the same time, podcast and content, one and the same, right? So like I get content out of it, right? And so like it has been like, I know where you are, except for not really. Like, how many followers do you have across the internet now?
I think like 74,000 on Instagram, and I
Good.
had 500.
Good
Yeah, it
for
was
you.
a lot.
Good for you. That's not too bad. No, hey, it's gonna come. It'll remember though. Not everyone who follows you is your friend or likes you. A lot of people are
No,
gonna
they're
try to
not.
use
No, no,
you,
no.
right?
And like, there's so many people that go out of their way to say horrible things, and it's like, do you not realize that by doing that, you're just boosting
Oh
me?
yeah.
All
Oh
you're
yeah.
doing, like,
Oh yeah. Are
love
you on
me
Facebook?
or hate me. This is like Lady Sorverin. Do you remember that song, "Love Me or Hate Me"?
Love
It's
me or hate me, still an obsession. Love me or hate me. That is the question. If you
yeah,
hate
you'll
me,
be
then
partying
fuck
for that
you.
now tonight.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah, well, it's the truth though. Love me or hate me, it's still a fucking obsession, and you're still boosting me
Absolutely.
up there. Like, go ahead, write that I have cracked teeth. I don't. Go
Let's
ahead.
see those pearly whites. You got
Like,
cracked teeth?
no, like literally the
What the
only
fuck?
thing I've never been self-conscious about my whole life has been my teeth, and that's what the internet attacked. Like at first, they're like,
It'd be
shit,
funny if you said your boobs. It'd be funny if you
no.
said the only thing I've been self-conscious about
They're
is
like,
my
you should
boobs.
have
And
fucking.
like,
Oh, I'm gonna go grab these dogs. 1 second.
okay,
Benny, come here.
ah, that's incredible. No, man, like the internet's a wild fucking spot.
Come on, Benny.
Jeez.
Good boy. Good boy, Benny. Good boy. Yeah, I'm back. They're
Hell yeah.
fighting the neighbor dog through the fence.
So like, have you had anything else other than like Playboy? Like that's cool. Like you hung out with what, Spit and Chicklets too, right? You hung out with
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Rear Admiral.
I still talk to them quite frequently. Like they're super nice guys, and
I love that.
them
I
bringing
love
me
that.
there definitely like helped my whatever.
Yeah. So you got Rear Admiral. Did you talk to Paul?
Oh yeah. No, I went to the hockey game with them.
Yeah, I saw. Okay, I saw that you sat down at
Yeah.
the table with them. And
Ari
stuff
just
like
texted me this morning. Actually, I was just talking to him.
Fucking put a word in for me. Tell RA and Paul I want them on my podcast.
Okay, I'll tell them.
Fuck yeah, like it probably ain't gonna do shit, but I mean, like it'd be still cool. You never know. Stone Cold Steve Austin liked one of my videos on Instagram recently,
Really?
and he wasn't even on my radar to come on the podcast, but now I'm going heavy, right?
Now
It's like,
you're
yeah, let's go.
Did you ever get fucking Mike?
Yeah, I haven't got Mike Rowe yet. No, that's we're
He's
like
playing hard to
13,
get.
14. Oh, he's playing so hard to get.
Does he even
Sorry.
answer you?
He doesn't answer me, but one day I will keep at him. One day he'll know that dick exists. Right?
One day.
One day,
One
and we'll get, one day we'll get Mike one day. I have faith in it. Even if I want him on for episode 100. If that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, right? I just continue on. But like one day I'll get it. Oh shit, this might be like 87, 88.
Oh yeah. Fuck, you're getting up there.
I think I did the math yesterday. I looked ahead and I think November 20th, episode 100 will drop.
Holy fuck. Did you do one every week?
Every Tuesday one drops, yeah. So
we're to edit this tonight? Or you have one?
No, I've got 2 in the bank.
Oh, okay.
So this will be in like 3 weeks from now, right? Or it's my podcast. I'll put it up whenever I could put it up this Tuesday. I don't give a shit. I got one going up this Tuesday, but this will come up in one of the next couple Tuesdays anyway. It'll come out. I'm excited for I get excited to record and I get all pumped. Every time I record, I'm nervous, right? I don't go in with a plan. I don't have any idea what we're talking about. I know roughly idea
I don't know. When I was
it's better.
What you're gonna ask me, I was like, plan it out, and I'm like,
nah, fuck that.
My life. We're in the oil field. You can't plan something.
No, the work has taught me don't make plans because they will get fucked up,
You
right?
will be
Like,
disappointed.
you will be disappointed. Hey, you want to go home today? No, you're in for another week.
There's nothing for sure in life except for if you crack a drink, your phone's gonna ring and it's gonna say dispatch.
Fucking dispatch, man.
Like they have a little radar. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
I heard that.
Fucking dispatch. They
Yeah.
have got to have
God
the
bless
worst
them though,
job in the
right?
oil patch.
Like the worst job in the world. Everybody
The
shits on
worst.
them. Like they couldn't do a fucking thing right or make anybody happy. And it's like we
No.
need them.
I'm a yes man. So when dispatch calls me, I
Oh,
don't give them
I am
shit.
a yes
Hey,
man.
can you go? Yeah, you know what? I'm in. Hey, you know what? Don't fucking ruin your day for me. I'm in. If I have plans to do something, forget those plans. Like I'm not fucking your day
Oh,
up.
yeah,
You
I'm
have
the
a
exact same way. I could be at the fucking hospital getting my leg amputated, and they call, and I'd be like, "Shut this off, doc. We're dragging this
yeah,
house
we gotta go.
work." Like, and it's like,
Yeah.
why? But I don't know. It's just how it is, I guess.
All the oil field towns you've been to, every place you've been to, what's your favorite? Like where do you, when the dispatch pops up and you see you're going there, you like fucking serotonin level just sky high?
Oh, that's hard. Bay Tree. Like, have you ever ate the food from the Bay Tree store?
I've
The
never
dill
eaten
pickle pasta salad?
never.
Chef's kiss. It's like a bunch of, I don't know, like stay-at-home moms or like, well, I guess they don't stay at home because they're at the store, but like ladies who can fucking cook, man. Let me tell you, that Bay Tree store, I do not pass by. And if there's like an opportunity to go to like Dawson, I'm like, I'm going that long way, that extra 20 minutes, and I'm eating that pasta salad. Like, you better fucking believe it.
I gotta go there now. That's
Oh,
on my bucket list. I gotta go to
yeah, you have to.
The
They
Bay
have
Tree
these
restaurant.
things called cheeseburger bombs, and it's like fresh bread, like rolls stuffed with what the stuff would be in a cheeseburger, and then like baked into a bun.
Oh, that sounds
Unreal.
so good.
Yeah, unreal.
You tell me.
But,
You tell me. I'm going.
because we just went to Alaska.
Shit.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
want to go to Alaska.
Tuk twice this winter. We moved.
Tuk has the all-weather road now, right? You can go up there all year
Yeah,
round.
it's like brand new. Yeah, the Dempster Highway.
Yeah, it's like a couple of years now, but yeah, it's still fairly new. Yeah.
5 years.
Me, when the dispatch pops up and it's like Fort Mac just sends me into like a whole other like, right? Like send me to Fort Mac. I love Fort Mac. Fort Mac.
The last time I went to Fort Mac was the day after my tits went viral, and I pull in the parking lot, and there are one other pilot trucks there, and it has no windows in it, and I'm like, what? And I like called dispatch. I'm like, hey man, I'm like, Unit 4 has no windows in it. He's like, yeah, did you look at the other trucks in the parking lot? I'm like, no, I look. Not a truck in the parking lot has a window in it. This guy climbed in a Hohan's truck and took his track shovel and smashed the window out of every truck in the parking lot. Just like went on a fucking rampage and then just took off. I'm like, okay, like he never stole anybody's iPads, nothing. I'm like,
that guy was owed some money. That guy was owed some money.
Got him down the street. He was just like tweaking, but yeah, I don't love Fort McMurray, but Fort McMurray, there's a hotel downtown. I'm trying to think what the fuck one it is.
Clearwater.
It'll come to me. No, it's by Boston Pizza. Oh, what is it? Literally the best bed I have ever slept in my life. I considered calling them when I left and like asking them where they got the mattress.
My favorite hotel in Fort Mac's, the Clearwater. It's got a spa in there, and it's like every room's like a condo. I think it used to be a condo. In suite washer dryer. Fucking.
Why do you like Fort Mac? I've never heard anybody do this because no one else does.
Maybe a part of that. Maybe a part of that, but when I think of Fort Mac, right? I love oil and gas. I love it.
Yeah.
When I think of Fort Mac, a third of Canada's oil and gas comes out of Syncrude every day, right? A third. And like Fort Mac symbolizes, oil and gas, right? Like, yeah, baby, let's get that shit. And coming from Ontario, that's all I ever wanted to be.
From outside of Alberta, they're like, "Oh, you work in Fort Mac?" I'm like, "Don't have the oil patches everywhere."
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. When people think oil field, they think Fort Mac.
Yeah, and for me, when I first started in the oil patch, I started in GP, and I worked around, and then I ended up in Fort Mac. And for me, it's kind of like, let's take it back to hockey. You're starting off in the AHL, you start off in the WHL, in juniors. Grand Prairie and Fox Creek were the junior leagues. And then when I got the call to go to Fort Mac, I made it to the big club, right? I'm like, fuck yeah. Right. And I don't feel that way anymore, but like, I still love Fort Mac, right?
Yeah.
Fort Mac is, very rules driven and by the book. And I like to cowboy it up, right? So like Fox Creek,
There's
GP.
definitely some rules in Fort Mac.
There are definitely some rules in Fort Mac. And like, yeah, I like to cowboy it up. So GP and Fox Creek and fucking everywhere outside of Fort Mac is where I'd rather be now for work. But like, I still like getting that call. And then, anywhere in Saskatchewan. You tell me to cross that Alberta line and go to Saskatchewan, I'm fucking there. I love Saskatchewan.
Love watching my dog run away.
Yeah, something like that.
Never been.
I lived in Saskatoon for a couple of years before
really?
I moved to Alberta. Yeah.
Lloydminster and like walked over the fucking thing, and that's the closest.
Fuck yeah, I love that. Fuck yeah. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. What's that?
Oh, I said we go into BC a lot from up here, but
I love Dawson. You send me to Dawson. Send me to Dawson. I fucking love Dawson.
Looked at Dawson lately?
Oh yeah, last winter I was in Dawson for.
Dawson's fucking rough.
People are going missing in Dawson.
Yeah, like it's not bad up there, but like I don't know, it's probably everywhere. It's just being seen there. Like I think the world was always the way it was. It's just more people are advertising how the world is now.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't want to keep you too much longer. You got to work tomorrow. I got to work tomorrow and whatnot. But so I like to wrap the podcast up with one last question, and it's like, so Mount Rushmore has 4 of the most influential people up on the rock, right? And if you could have your own Mount Rushmore, 4 people you look up to, inspire to be, or that inspire you, who would they be and why?
Oh my God! Just like
please say the person that took your picture. Say the person that took the video.
Gee, fuck! Like my biggest heroes.
Yeah, they could be dead, alive, real, not real. People.
My parents, for sure. Like both of them, mom and dad. Like the fucking bullshit I put them through. It's like
are they still alive?
Oh yeah.
How do they feel about all this?
They're mom was fine off the hop. She's like, they're just tits, Kate. Like, we'll deal with it. They'll go away. And they never did. I'm like, can you just like debrief, Dad? And I don't want to say we didn't talk because I didn't call him, but he also didn't call me. Like we weren't not talking, but it was like don't call me and I'm not calling you because me and Dad are so much alike. We're just like fucking boom, like butt heads right now. Like the other day he called me and I was like, Kate, hi, I love you. Is it important what you want, or are you just calling me to talk because I'm in a really fucking bad mood right now and I'm going to hang up the phone or you and I are going to fight? And he's like, okay, understood, hangs up on me. Like, glad we can say that to each other. It's like, I feel like we're both so much the same that it's just.
Could he show his tits at an Oilers game and make money off?
I mean, Dad was wild back in the day. Not too bad anymore, but yeah, he can shit on me for fucking whipping my tits out at the Oilers game, but he wasn't an angel either, so. And I mean, I think now after 35 years of raising me, they expect a little bit of something every once in a while. Like, so mom, dad, 2 more, hey?
Bet your dad will never pick up a Playboy magazine again.
Probably not. No. Mom, dad, and I really liked Steve Irwin before he died.
Oi!
Yeah, like he was fucking out there for the animals. Like I'm fucking for anybody who's for animals. Like somebody who can hurt a helpless animal, I think, is like the biggest piece of shit in the world. Because I don't know. Like I guess besides like crocodiles and snakes and shit, like they literally only have love to give us. But and then a 4th person who is my hero. Oh God, can it be you?
Am I your hero?
Yeah, you can be, because I can't pick anybody, so by consolation.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know how to feel about that. Hey, you're my hero. It's a
I could like
consolation
mail
prize.
you a participation award. I think they do that. It was in
Fuck.
2024. Yeah.
I never got one of those as a kid. So,
Tax exemption, maybe.
oh shit.
Yeah,
You
I
know
think that's
what?
with the participation
Send
award.
me 100 grand. You'll make it back.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, what a
Shit.
joke the world is.
Shit. No. That, what? Hey, fuck. I can be your hero.
Mm-hmm.
I can be your hero, baby.
Enrique, yeah, I love that guy.
Fuck yeah. Oh shit. No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I forgot. Say cheese. Sweet.
Sweet. Yeah, no, hey, you know what? Thanks for coming on the podcast. Like,
Yeah, well, thanks for
um,
dealing with my difficult ass ignoring you for like days on end. I'd like answer your messages and go
I don't
missing.
care. That's how the podcast works, anyways. I reach
Yeah.
out to so many people. They reach out, they don't reach out, and I'm used to it, right? It's just how
Mm-hmm.
the internet works, and
Sure.
it's not for a lot of people, and a lot of people maybe you don't have time right now. You don't want, if you got so much on the go, which you do, like you can't commit to everything, right? So and I understood, right? And I thought, fuck, she works in the oil patch. She's from Alberta.
Well, I'm
She
not
did
from
this.
Alberta.
She's one
I'm
of
from Nova
us.
Scotia originally. I moved
Fuck.
to Beaver Lodge. I did grade 12 in Beaver Lodge. My dad always like worked out here and was away, and it just made sense for all of us to be here rather than being apart.
Fuck yeah. That's why I moved my family back from Ontario, right? Like just before the pandemic, we didn't know the pandemic was happening. We moved back to Ontario. We didn't even know my wife was pregnant when we moved. We moved back to Ontario, yeah, and they moved back, and I'm like, well, I got to stay out here and work, and I'll see you guys whenever I can get home for days off, right? And so she left. It was May, end of May, beginning of June, and her and my oldest, they fucked off back to Ontario, and I think it was mid-July, or no, it was end of June, whatever it was, but it was like a couple weeks into July. I'm in a hotel in Hinton, and she sends me this fucking picture of a pregnancy test in the middle of the night, and I woke up and I'm like, holy fuck, really? And she's like, yeah.
Whose
is
it?
You fuck. Well, we were trying, but we were, we decided to put that on the shelf until, so we did that. And then, I came home once every couple months. It was hard. That was the beginning of just before COVID, I guess. It was the beginning of once every 6 months I'd come home. In 2 years, I spent 20 days at home. And that was hard. That was really hard, especially my wife went almost the entire second pregnancy without me there. I'd come home, she'd be half done, right? I'd come home again. It's Christmas time. Come home again, boom, baby time. I missed everything, right? And so, but when I came home for the birth, 2 days later, COVID pandemic, I was home for the next 4 months, right? I got to spend a couple months at home, but then I went back out on the road, and I was gone all summer because he couldn't fly. Right? Flying was hard. So, we did all that, and fucking after 2 years of that, I'm like, fuck it. Let's move back to Alberta because, I need to be home more. I need my family close to me.
Yeah,
and,
no,
so yeah.
People who do that, like rotate in and out and like don't like miss everything. Birthdays, Christmases, funerals, fucking Christmas concerts. Like people don't realize the sacrifice that like fly in, fly out, or like rotate workers make. Like, yeah, people are like, oh, it must be nice, or like you don't see what's going on behind the closed doors at the hotel room at night.
Absolutely.
Talk to your family. There's the time change. People have to calculate it. And like some of those guys work till fucking 9 o'clock at night. That's midnight on the East Coast. Like,
yeah.
You don't get to
when
say
I was
your kids.
When I was on the vac, or not in the vac, when I was doing that, right? I went back to Fox Creek and 2 hours ahead in Ontario, right? My wife had a 2-year-old kid to take care of and a newborn baby. She was sleeping every chance she got, right? In that 2 years, we didn't get to talk very much on the phone. And that hurt our relationship a lot, right? Like there was hardly any talking. I'd started TikTok, and she didn't understand. She's like, you're giving more attention to the internet than you are me. And I'm like, well, like I don't get to talk to you, right? It's not like I'm doing that on purpose, right? And then, so I moved us back to Alberta, and she's like right away. I thought it was gonna be a fight. She's like Calgary. I'm like Calgary, perfect. Let's do Calgary. So in Southeast Calgary, we lived in a gated community with a man-made lake, private lake. The Eberleys live there. Jordan Eberle lives there, and a bunch of all the Calgary Flames and shit. It was cool, but it was expensive. And the biggest part about it is that I was still 5 hours away from home when I was in Fox Creek, right? So, you know, I remember I got evacuated from Fox Creek during the wildfires, and it was like, well, fuck, I'm not home till midnight. And then I was in Edson last summer, got evacuated from there for the wildfires, fucking didn't get home till 2 a.m, right? And then, so last summer, we're like, let's move back to Edmonton. We're moving back to Edmonton, and that's, we both love Edmonton more than we do Calgary anyway. It's cheaper, you know, I'm closer to work. I'm home in 2 hours if I need to be. And, you know, that's where head office is anyway. So like, you know, fuck it, let's do it. So we've lived in Edmonton now for just over a year, back in Edmonton for over a year now. That's 7 years total in Edmonton, and 2 in Calgary, and a couple in Banff, you know. And yeah, it was, man, being home, having my family a lot closer is been, you know, it's made this all that much more worth it, right? So yeah, it's been a wild time.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
It's nice to have family. That's why I really
sure is.
Like, my mom and dad are here, and I don't know. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Well, Kate, thanks for coming on, eh? And
thanks for having me.
No, thank you.
Oh, shut up. I'm just the same old person I was fucking post famous tits.
you haven't changed a bit, eh? Like, you're
not still... a bit, no. And like, why would I? It's like,
fuck it.
Everyone thought like, oh, you're gonna go to Hollywood, it's gonna change you, you're gonna quit your job. I'm like, no. No, I'm not.
That. Just a good old GP girl. Fuck them.
Be true to you.
Fuck yeah. I love hearing that, you know, because the internet changes people. Like the pseudo celebrity changes so many people. Like, this is easy come, easy go, right? And you know, I've met a lot of people off the internet, and I've had to learn that this isn't a Disney movie. Right? The bad people are going to find success, right? Bad people are going to find success and do good, right? And I've met a few of them, right? And, you know, it changes a lot of people, right? You get a little bit of that, but easy come, easy go. This can be gone in a flash, and then you better make amends to all the people you shit on your way up, because on the way back down, they waiting for you, right?
Yeah.
And
I haven't everybody. I'm just like, oh, if you want to shit on me, then fucking go ahead. All it did was
that's a Playboy kink. You saved that for Playboy.
Yeah.
Being shit on? Being shit on? That could be a kink.
Yeah. That's gross.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Like, I don't know, people are fucked up.
Kate, you stay frosty.
Okay, I will.
And have an amazing evening.
Okay, thank you. See ya.
Thank you. See ya. Bye.